Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 16th to the 22nd. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We are going to jump right in. Leo, welcome to the most uneventful week ever. JK. You know this is it. We are here. The paradigm shifting, reality shifting, everything shifting week of the year. Okay. Yeah, the Saturn Neptune conjunction, right? This is, and some would say this is the most important event of the decade. We've had, there's old school astrologers that have been waiting decades to see this event, the Great Reset, which you're already feeling. Yeah, you're already feeling it. Remember, Saturn and Neptune are already conjuncting. This is just when they perfect at 0 degrees. But we'll talk about it. We also have the first eclipse of the year. And this is also a reset. So yeah, you got 2 back-to-back resets in 1 week. And I want you to see them more as in planting seeds, okay? Consider this also a call to action where you're going to see a lot of areas of your life change, okay, throughout this year, but you're also going to be taking a lot of action for that to happen. But again, you're already experiencing a lot of change. I mean, we kicked off this month with that full moon in your sign. It's part of this whole thing. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second, but this is when you're going to find yourself, when I say planting seeds, by the way, just think about that. Just everything's about to start growing for you, and you're going to thrive and you're going to prosper as you move forward into the future. And that is the point, right? That is what this is all about, moving into the future. You can't zig or zag. You can't moonwalk back. You got a time machine? Probably not. Probably not. If you do, call me. But these aspects are saying you've got no choice. FAFO, right? This is the point of no return, the Great Reset, awakening, collapse, shift, your brand new era. And to be fair, this is what you wanted. The new timeline, this ascension. The universe is conscious and giveth, all right? And Monday, February 16th, you got Mercury and Pisces trine Jupiter in Cancer. What? And yeah, it's sponsored by Jupiter in Cancer because Jupiter is in the strongest position. He's not only Pisces ruler, he's exalted, but he's also exalted at his degree of exaltation, 15 degrees, meaning he's at his highest frequency, okay? In all his glory. I mean, this is truly auspicious. It's really, really great. I mean, this is all about expansion, right? And fortune and luck. It is literally the epitome of manifesting. It's so spiritual. Mercury in Pisces, Jupiter in Cancer. And yeah, it's Mercury. So you might receive really great news, messages, or even signs. We talked about this, maybe even your dreams. But a lot of what you experience on this day will be more inward because Jupiter is retrograde, and Jupiter in Cancer rules your 12th house, which is all up here, okay? Which is intuition, it's spirituality, it's, the subconscious, it's, rest and retreat. It's all of that. But so think of it as more like emotional growth, spiritual growth. How can I be more, nurtured or nurturing? How can I become more wiser, forgive and forget, help heal others? It's selfless, compassionate, karmic energy. It's really, really, really nice, okay? And your faith could be really locked in, as in you will have something to believe in. It will show up. It is in your, you got your 12th house activated, your 8th house activated, right? Pisces rules your 8th house. And so 2 things here. There is likely something happening here around home and family and, the foundations of your life. Maybe that nurturing side really kicks in as a parent or, even as a child. But there's some great stuff here. The other thing is, yes, money and relationships. there could be something here. Maybe you have this big spiritual moment, this epiphany. Maybe you hear some great news about even investments. It is your 8th house, which would be shared resources and loans, taxes, commissions, royalties, inheritance, all of that. Okay. And there is that sense of intimacy with the 8th house. So either way, it is so, so nice. It's all about wisdom. It is very spiritual. It is all about compassion. So be, very inspired today, or, make someone's day as well. Those small acts of kindness, they go a long way. All right. And this is that aspect. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising sign or your moon, or for your husband, Fred, or your best friend, Freddie, doesn't matter. All the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces will feel this the most. And if you know your chart, if you know your natal chart, if you have any planets 13 to 17 degrees in any of those signs, the planets will be aspected. So you're really going to feel this. Now, Tuesday, February 17th, welcome to the new moon ring of fire solar eclipse in Aquarius, 29 degrees. It's going to happen early, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time, my time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world. Now, this is happening on the very last day of Aquarius season at 29 degrees. I mean, this is big. This is an ending. This is a beginning, okay? This is a very big, big new storyline playing out for you, Leo. All right? Aquarius rules your 7th house. Yeah, so it's partnerships, it's love, it's marriage, it's union, it's contracts and agreements and even business partners. And when I say relationships, like business partnerships with your 8th house activated. There could be something here with investors or, financial advisors, or there's so much happening here. There's so much happening here. But it is definitely going to have to do with you connecting with people. I mean, Aquarius in general is, your network, right? It rules community, your audience, groups you belong to, maybe even like contributing to the collective. Yeah, that's Aquarius, the greater good. But just expect something to happen here from this point forward for about 2 years, okay? It's a 2-year storyline, this new plot line. Now, you're gonna definitely feel the biggest impact now. In fact, the last 2 weeks of February, but also this summer, when the North Node moves into Aquarius and the South Node moves into your sign. Please pay attention to what happens here. This is going to be a game changer. And Aquarius eclipses, just so you know, are a league of their own. They should have their own parking space. Eclipses, sure, they're wild cards. Yeah, they bring sudden, unexpected change. But Aquarius energy is revolutionary, is rebellious. It's breaking free. So there's this faded acceleration of change with this eclipse for you. Expect radical change into your future. Not just because Saturn, Aquarius's ruler, just moved into Aries. 0 degrees. It's still there. But this eclipse is going to square Uranus, Aquarius's modern ruler, who just went direct. It was discovered in 1781 in the era of revolution. This is going to be big. All right. This is a shakeup. So, you can expect there may be some sort of, disruptive energy, a wake up call, especially with finances, relationships, and career, or your reputation, because Uranus is in Taurus. That is your 10th house. Yeah. And you know about the Uranus shakeups in Taurus in your 10th house. So a lot of y'all may have already changed jobs or had some changes in career. And again, if you're not here for career, 10th house is your legacy. It's your reputation. It's how you want to be perceived. It's where you're putting all your energy for something that you want to be known for. It's honors, it's achievements. There's some shakeups here, okay? And it's happening, this eclipse, at such a late degree. It is so potent. And remember, you don't really set intentions with eclipses, right? New moons you do, but not with eclipses, because just like Aquarius energy, just like Uranus energy, eclipses do their own thing. They're unpredictable. And so in a way, this square to Uranus is kind of a blessing in disguise, because it does give you this level of power for you to be the change. Yeah. It's remember Uranus, it's very forward thinking. It's innovative. It's, you having your breakthrough. Uranus is innovation and freedom and progress. It's your personal evolution accelerated. And so you could have some shakeups here in the career space. And again, just finances of and relationships and career is the biggest thing, okay? Or your reputation. And remember, if you are a Leo, like Leo's sun, right? Sometimes these aspects aren't about you, right? It may be that your boss suddenly leaves and you're next in line. Like those kind of things, right? With this square. But either way, just expect some change, okay? But I want you to think of it as an upgrade, all right? We're talking like Friendster to MySpace. Whatever happens, eclipses are fated. They carve the timeline that you're meant to be on. And yes, it's an eclipse. So this is also saying you can't go back to who you were. And you're probably already noticing that your life has been transforming, especially when it comes to relationships and partnerships. I mean, you were at the tail end of Aquarius season, and that is your opposite sign. So it's everything about relationships for you. All right. And again, it can be business, it can be love, it can be, a personal relationship. But the fact that we have Pluto in Aquarius, and we've had Pluto in Aquarius for many months, actually, the planet of death and rebirth, and your evolution in the sign of evolution, you are going through dramatic change, and your relationships are too. And it could be you and your, the change that you want in relationships and partnerships, or that you're seeking. If you actually want to think about what you might expect, the last time we had a solar eclipse in Aquarius was February 15th, 2018. Okay. And it was about the same degree. So think about what happened, around that time, and, within the 6 months within that window, especially the first 2 weeks. So the end of February. But remember, we didn't have Pluto in Aquarius. We didn't have Saturn conjunct Neptune. You could just pick up like little hints, especially with relationships. Now, it will be the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that feel this the most. And I am throwing in the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, and you, Leo. All right. If you have any planets 26 to 0 degrees in any of the fixed signs, you're actually all the signs. Yeah, you'll feel it. All right. Now, this is also the official day of the year of the fire horse. Yeah. I'm going to do a live stream, the current energies video closer to these dates. So look out for that. I'll talk more about this. This is a loaded week. There's a lot here that we're going to talk about in that live stream. All right. Now, you even see the same day, we've got Venus conjunct the North Node in Pisces. This is really, really big for you. And as I said in your February forecast, your monthly forecast, yes, eclipses have an element of karma. So do the nodes of fate. Yeah. As does Saturn, the planet of karma, in Aries. So you have this convergence of these, cosmic events that really is spelling out this destined path for you. And this is with Venus And Venus is exalted in Pisces, where she does her best. So this is a super spiritual and harmonic, but this is when something just clicks. This is where you do feel something destined when it comes to relationships and partnerships and money. Maybe a creative path or a creative project, your values as well. This is your 8th house. Remember that. This you're going through changes, especially with relationships, and 8th house is, intimacy as well. And remember what I said about business partners and just shared resources. There is a sense of mystery with the 8th house, and I actually really love that for you. Right, with Venus conjuncting the North Node, it's just really, really, there's gonna be change. The 8th house is, again, transformation. So this can, but faded. Like, this is like, right place, right time. This is maybe, maybe someone you meet. Maybe you have some big epiphany. Maybe you, out of nowhere, you're at, I don't know, the Bears game or something, and the person sitting next to you just happens to be the investor that you're seeking for your banana business. Whatever it is, it's just, you're going to get this wink from the universe, but you've got to pay attention, right? You have to be awake for this, and you will be. This is your 8th house. And by the way, you will feel this, and even the eclipse, and even like Saturn conjunct Neptune, you're going to feel those energies, like even like the beginning of the week. All right. Now, it will be the water signs that feel this aspect the most. If you have any planets 6 to 10 degrees in any of those signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you will feel it the most, but everyone is going to feel this. This is the North Node. Now, Wednesday, February 18th. Oh, yeah. You are definitely like, a lot's happening with relationships for you this month, okay? Because we're moving into Pisces season. Now, Pisces, remember, is the two fish, one going upstream to the spiritual, one going downstream to the material. So even though there's duality here, there's this high level of enlightenment in your physical world, right? But you've got to look at the big picture. You've got to see the fact that we've got Mercury, we have Venus, we have the North Node, and the Moon, all in Pisces, joining the Sun today. That's a lot of dreamer energy, okay? That's also very spiritual. And it is your 8th house, which is really deep and all about transformation. So, and very intuitive energy. I mean, double the intuition, even like psychological. 8th house is deep, okay? You're going to have a gut feeling and this sense of knowing that something's a little off this day. And it will be the fact that Saturn and Neptune are no longer here in Pisces, okay? It's been 14 years. Neptune was in Pisces, 2.5 years for Saturn, all right? So it's kind of like when your kids go off to college, the house is quiet, and you knew this moment would come, but you didn't know what it would feel like because you never experienced it before. Well, that's life, right? Change is the only constant in this world. And sometimes, we want to delay it. We want to control it. Sometimes we deny it. Sometimes we try to fight it until we realize change is a force of its own, like time and space and J-Lo. And you have to decide, am I going upstream or downstream, or will I accept this duality? And that's what this day is. You've got 5 heavenly bodies in Pisces. And so this is important. You don't sit around waiting for your kids who just went off to college to come home. No, you start the next stage of your life inspired with your dream. All right. Especially with the Pisces moon, which carries this undercurrents of strong emotions and intuition. And that's what's happening here. This day is flanked by 2 resets. You're going to feel that force of your brand new era. And Pisces, the last zodiac, represents endings. And we just entered the age of Aquarius. We're in the age of ascension. So you just might start envisioning, planning your quest. Yeah. Especially when it comes to relationships. There can be something here where you really, really want to deepen relationships romantically, sexually. It is the eighth house. But also remember, because there is a sense of like shared resources, with the eighth house, it takes two to tango, right? So again, something with a business partner or resources or all of that. But at the end of the day, it's all part of your transformation. Now, the eighth house is death and rebirth happening right here. All this Pisces energy between two resets. So you see how much your life is changing. And the fact that this eclipse is in your seventh house of relationships and partnerships, and you have all this activity in your eighth house that has to do with relationship building and even like wealth building too. This is a big time for you. This is going to be a really big month for you. But remember, Pisces energy is very spiritual. Like you feel it in your bones. It's boundless and inspiring and artistic and empathetic and creative and forgiving. So for the next 4 weeks, you might feel compelled in directions that just feel right for you. Okay? Maybe even groups you feel mystically connected to, or you will start awakening to your true calling, or find ways to heal through your work or art. If you haven't already, if you already have, you're deepening it. You're becoming more involved, and you're taking things to new heights. This is part of your rebirth, okay? And you're definitely going to be seeking greater emotional connections for the next 4 weeks, but definitely just expect change big time, especially with, again, takes two to tango. And you might feel a little bit of fire in your belly today because the moon will be in Aries later. Therefore, we will have a triple conjunction with the Saturn and Neptune and the moon. Moving into Thursday, February 20th, when we have the perfection of Saturn and Neptune conjuncting at 0 degrees Aries. Now, I want you to think about what happened for you last summer, but mostly July, okay? July, August, all right? What new dreams and aspirations felt real to you? Where did you feel a surge of confidence, especially when it came to leadership and, new business or projects, and maybe even travel? Maybe even you wanting to become a teacher. Maybe ninth house is education. It's higher learning, but it's also higher mind. The ninth house is the house of the gods. And so it's very interesting because there's so much spiritual energy that's happening for you. And the ninth house is like searching meaning, looking, following your calling. It's your philosophies. It's a way that you see, it's your worldview, right? But it's wisdom. It's inner wisdom. It's you imparting wisdom. And so this can be through your work or art, like I said earlier, but this is also just, it's you just transcending, and it can have to do with travel as well. Long distance travel. There may be something here in terms of you connecting with people, internationally. There's a lot of y'all are going to be starting to write books. Ninth house is also publishing. You got a book in you. So keep that in mind. You're gonna feel this again, right here, for some time now. All right, and it's really asking, like, what are you willing to fight for? And I will talk about this a lot more in the live stream that I'm going to do, okay? Because there's just so much to it. But I will leave the Saturn-Neptune, conjunction. The video that I did at the end of this video, it's got everything you need to know, all right? How these two planets have only conjuncted 6 times in Aries in recorded history. It's a big deal. Okay? But bigger deal, 0 degrees. But anyway, so watch that video. It's literally 6 hours long. There's a good chunk of just you and your sign. So I'll leave that. But here's the thing. It's because of this aspect that you are seeing those dramatic headlines and thumbnails, the old world collapsing and the earth splitting and 5D this and that. And it's because of this. This is a testament to this brand new era. It's this generational aspect. These aspects, these outer planet aspects, indicate the end of an era and the rise of a new narrative, a new reality for the next 36 years. Okay? So this is a cycle. Everything is cyclical. But again, what makes this once a lifetime is that humanity has never experienced it at 0 degrees Aries. The world axis, okay? The Great Reset. The very first degree and the very first sign that rules your identity and courage and action. And again, especially for you, that's your 9th house. You're going to be traveling the world imparting your wisdom or your book tour or your podcast tour because 9th house is broadcasting. Yeah. So this is a big deal. It is your spiritual beliefs, but it opens your mind. It's you wanting to expand your horizons. And it's also just enormously special because, I mean, this aspect is the spiritual warrior archetype. And this is just making you this really strong spiritual warrior, this visionary leader. Okay? But you put in the effort, right, to stabilize your path forward. And that is the key word, stabilize, because Saturn is structure and boundaries and reality. And Neptune is your dreams and ideals and very spiritual. And they're so different. So there is this level of commitment required of you to turn your dreams into reality, courtesy of Saturn. And Neptune requires compassion and faith to make your reality transcendent. Okay? It's real alchemy here. I mean, it's up to you to make it work. But remember, you got to trust in the unknown. And 9th house, yeah. That's you trust in your intuition. All right? You've got to trust your intuition here. Otherwise, everything can dissolve. That's Neptune. Everything can collapse. That's Saturn. So think of Saturn as the blueprint. Yeah. And Neptune, your vision. You're the architect, Leo. You create your reality. You're going to have to discern what's real and what's fantasy. Am I chasing a dream or am I creating one that's built to last? Saturn and Neptune will let you know because this is the Great Awakening. And it's not just one day. Remember, it's a process and it's non-negotiable. Out with the old, in with the new. You're having a big shift toward everything that you deserve in this brand new world. The brand new you. And it will be the cardinal signs. Yeah. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Really gonna feel this. Okay. I'm throwing in Aquarius too. If you have any planets, 0 to 3 degrees in any of the cardinal signs, you're really gonna feel it. All right. So, and again, please think of these, back-to-back resets. Just think of them as seeds. Yeah, they're gonna germinate and grow all year, as long as you are the change. You're the change, and you put in the work that Saturn requires, and you believe in yourself. All right, Leo, let's get started. Let's see what is going on for you for February 16th to the 22nd. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. Mm-hmm. Leo. Are y'all, some of y'all are going to get, it looks like some of y'all are going to get like a mortgage or like a house or something. Something's happening with him and family. Anyway, Leo, I do a traditional call to cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, especially for a weekly reading, if we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. And Leo, y'all are amazing. Fire it up, fire it up. What is happening to me? Oh, and by the way, yeah, eclipse season. So remember, March 3rd, we have the lunar eclipse. That's going to be in Virgo, okay? And so, yeah, there's money matters. Okay? Big focus too. For you. All right, let's get started. Stop it. You can't even, I can't even, like, who are you? Look at this. I'm gonna, you're gonna get that. You're good. You're the Hanged Man. There you go. Literally everything that I just said. Like everything that I just said. Okay? So, very spiritual. In fact, the Hanged Man is attributed to the planet Neptune, who is the modern ruler for Pisces. You have so much activation there, right? With their 9th house, like I said, your belief system, your worldview, how you see things, and then all this energy in Pisces, in your 8th house, transformation. He's prepared himself for this big transformation. You see the halo around his head, a lot of enlightenment here. Wow. He already sees the end. He already sees where he wants to go. He sees the end of his journey, but he knows about the change that he has to make to get there. Okay? You know, it is card 12. The death card comes after the Hanged Man. So he's right. He's got to prepare. Okay? He's not resisting change. He just wants to see things in a different way. But also, he knows to have this change in his life, it does require sacrifice and surrender. And it just seems like a lot of y'all are in that process where a lot of it will be your belief system. Again, a big concentration there. All right? That 9th house activity. But there's a change in the air. It is the only constant. So, yeah, having faith in yourself as well is a really big theme for you. But see things in a different way. I think that's going to make a really big difference for you. And just go with your intuition. Yeah? Because what the fax machine, you saw your last week's reading, right? What is happening here? Like, I can't even. Anyway. Yeah, so you got your own card in the heart of your spread. Again, you're feeling really empowered. And that comes with the way that you see things, and with just surrendering the things that you no longer need. All right? Again, a lot up here, right? But like I said last week, you can't bring everything with you into this new world. But again, it just feels like there is going to be something here that, wow, you are just going to be in your element. I love that you've got strength in the heart of your spread. And this is where it's just, you have that confidence that Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries in your 9th, like, requires. And if it's not there, it makes you go through experiences to have it. And so I love this. I also love that it is card 8 with, you've got, remember, we're moving into Pisces season. You have Venus conjunct the North Node, Mercury and Venus. I'm sorry, that's what I said, right? All in Pisces, but even like Jupiter trine Mercury and Pisces. I mean, it's just your 8th house. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at here. So really nice. But anyway, nice to see strength in the heart of your spread again. You're going to be in your element. You're going to feel very proud of yourself too. Listen, you got the Emperor. So, two things here. One, when you feel empowered, look at your spread. When you feel empowered, when you're, got that courage. Just, the Emperor, he's a very powerful leader. And he's in your challenge area. Two things. A, just be mindful of that. He can be a little aggressive. He can be a little to others. Yeah. He is the ruler of the land. When you have a lot of power like that, just be very mindful. Okay. With great power comes great responsibility. All right. You're going to feel this confidence. The other thing is, there may be someone here that can be a parental figure or a parent or, even a boss, like an authority or a VIP. That might be someone you might have to have a conversation with. They may be a little to you, okay? Feels like a little bit of abuse of power here, but just keep that in mind, all right? The Knight of Wands in your crown. You're ready to go. You're like I already said with like the Hangman, he's connected with the world. They have the, they cross legs. There's a association there, but which is the last card in the major arcana, the Fool's Journey. But I love the fact that you have the Knight of Wands. I mean, that's fiery. That's fiery AF. Knights are fire. Wands are fire. This is double fire. Look at what's coming out of his helmet. Like, this is someone who's ready to transform his life. Someone who is also just ready for this mission. He's ready for this adventure. He's ready for this journey. So again, with your 9th house activated, a lot of y'all may be in the process of, yes, I do want to, go on this trip. I do want to go on this life-changing trip. And even 9th house, being very spiritual, it could be, like a walkabout. It could be, maybe you're going to a wellness retreat in Tahiti, wherever you want. Kangaroo Island. But this is really great because the Knight of Wands is so motivated. He's so passionate. And again, his, all the knights are on a mission, right? And he just wants to transform his life. He's halfway there. And so it's like a lot maybe going through your head this week, all right, in terms of the transformation that you're seeking. And again, you've got 5 planets in your 8th house of transformation. 4. And the North Node. Now, you have the 7 of Pentacles in the root of your spread. So, let's think about that. A lot of y'all may be in a place where you feel that you've done everything to get to this point, and you're okay with it. You're like, this is cool. I've worked hard. My investments are good. I'm gonna be very happy. I'm may even retire because everything can just run its course. It's got legs now. I put in the hard work and effort. So good for you. That's really great. And a lot of y'all may be in a place where you're like, yeah, this is where I'm at now. But is this enough? Or is this it? Do I want more? So a lot of this is going to be up to you. Okay? And you already know that you can have anything you want. You can create any reality. When you have that confidence, when you have that self-love, when you're vibrating at that high frequency, anything is possible and everything is possible. All right? Now, 9 of Pentacles in your future. You're going to be good. You're going to be fine. And this is a pretty big signature of like retirement. Yeah. Especially with that 9 of Pentacles in your future. This is luxury. This is self-sufficiency. This is someone who is standing in her garden of abundance because she worked hard to get here. Okay? And she's feeling it. And she's free. She's free. She doesn't have to worry about money. She don't have to worry about any of that. Again, this is her reward. You see the pentacles stacked up around her. You see the grapes. You see everything here. Everything just, oh, yeah. You see Horus, the falcon, right? It's a lot of enlightenment here as well. You're good. You're going to be fine. You're going to be great. You even see the symbol of Venus, too. Interesting, right? Yeah, Venus all over her gown. Love and money and beauty and abundance and everything that you desire. You're good. Let's get to your stuff. Leo, I love what's happening here. I love what's happening here. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you subscribe, share, leave comments. Anyway, leave comments though. Hype. That was the one that I was trying to think. Yeah, hype. But leave comments. Tell me what's going on. You're, again, moving into this. I mean, listen, Saturn natively rules your 6, right? So I think I said this last week. A lot of y'all are going to have changes with job and career, or just within the workspace. And then you're approaching that eclipse in Virgo on March 3rd. That's in your second house of income and salary. Like, it's a lunar eclipse. So there just may be some adjustments and some rising up. And if you're not here for career, there can be something here with like health matters as well. Maybe you're becoming a doctor. There's something where you're, again, contributing, imparting your wisdom, spreading your wisdom. Anyway, let's get to your stuff. Let's see what's going on. You're good. You're just don't. Yeah, I don't even. Okay. Yeah. You want that change. It's coming. It's coming. Remember. Be the change. Be the change that you want. Okay? And also, don't resist change. You're going to be good. You got death. You see the sun coming out and the horizon. That's your ruler. The sun being opportunities and everything. The sun is everything. It's vitality. It's good health. It's wealth. It's everything. It's abundance. It's everything. You're great. You're great. Just, yeah. Continue to have that change. You're going through some tremendous change. And then you have the Hierophant and your external factors area. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is someone who is a spiritual leader, a spiritual warrior. This is someone, he's the high priest. And so I really love this. I feel like there is someone here that, it just think like authority, like more of like a spiritual authority. It could be a mentor. It could be someone who you honestly like may even be partnering up with to impart that wisdom, like I said earlier. But this is really great. I really love it. He's really organized. He loves, not only does he love an audience, right? He loves this structure. He loves organization. This is someone who likes to be a leader. And he loves having a little bit of a following, right? Remember, you're having some changes where a lot of things are changing for you this week. And then you have Saturn and Neptune and Aries in your 9th. Again, that is that spiritual warrior, visionary, leader, archetype. There you go. But there is also potential where someone can be the source of, wisdom and guidance for you this week as well. The Queen of Wands, love it. There's another nod to just work and career with the Queen of Wands. She is a businesswoman. She is the entrepreneur, but she's also like very charming. And this is also someone who is very commanding and very regal, but also just on top of her passions and very passionate queen. She basically like invented the law of attraction. Like, this is high for, she gets whatever she wants. And so you're really good. Just continue to be at that frequency of compassion and love and self-love and gratitude and all of that. Yeah, that Three of Pentacles in your final outcome. Like I said, it looks like there's something new that's bringing for you. You have Three of Pentacles is you're moving into something new for sure. This is what's happening. All right. It's, I mean, clearly astrologically a brand new era, but for you, yeah, there may be something here where you're working with others. There's maybe something here where you're starting this new adventure or new venture, and it requires a little bit of like bonding, right? Like working with others. This is a card of teamwork, but 3 is a vibration of the Empress, so it's creation. It's also growth and advancement and, you know, maturation, like what Saturn requires. But you see the pentacles are in the structure of the building. So there's your structure moving forward. This is built to last. And so you are really good. I don't even know what to, like, I mean, you got money, got money, got money. I said, like, money's a thing. Very spiritual energy here as well. And change, just great change. But it's just you being you too. Like, you're that force this week. You're good, Leo. Next week, yeah, we got that eclipse. Oh wait, no, that's not next week. That's in March. Oh, but next week, yeah, we have a lot next week. Okay. You know, Mercury's going to retrograde next week too. There's so much. We'll talk. There's, but anyway, and tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. For the bonus spread, we're going to do 2 spreads. I'm going to do one just on the eclipse, and then we'll see the Saturn Neptune conjunction for you as well, Leo. So you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like it. Subscribe, leave comments, and I'll see you next week. Leo, y'all are amazing. Bye-bye.